the ground seems to come alive. Thousands of bodies move at once, colliding, locking, and merging into a dense, inseparable mass. There are no clear boundaries, only constant motion, and individuals disappearing the moment they fall. This is the moment when two ant colonies collide in full force. There are no commands, no individual tactics, only chemical signals spreading like a wave. When one ant detects an intruder, its reaction instantly triggers others nearby. Within seconds, stability collapses into chaos. Jaws lock, bodies pile over each other, and numbers determine the outcome. This is not random disorder, but the inevitable result of a continuously operating system where each individual reacts locally yet together creates an unstoppable war. At a microscopic scale, the ground is no longer flat, but a complex system of soil, decaying leaves, roots, and fractures. This is the environment ants navigate, where every detail influences behavior. Paths do not physically exist, they are defined by pheromones, invisible chemical trails. These routes connect the nest to food sources and activity zones. They constantly shift, disappear, and reform based on environmental conditions. When multiple colonies coexist, these networks overlap, invisible borders emerge, and where signals intersect, the risk of conflict begins. Beneath the surface lies a tightly organized system. The nest is not just shelter, it is the operational core. Tunnels connect specialized chambers, forming a continuous network. Each ant plays a role. Workers care for larvae, transport resources, and maintain structure. Soldiers guard entrances. No single entity controls the system. Yet, through chemical signals and interactions, everything remains coordinated. A change outside can ripple deep inside, triggering immediate adaptation. The ant life cycle unfolds entirely within the nest. From eggs, larvae emerge fully dependent on workers. They cannot move or feed themselves. They are nurtured until becoming pupae, where their bodies transform. Once complete, a new adult emerges and integrates into the system. Roles can shift depending on colony needs. This cycle ensures continuity and survival. Colony activity is a continuous chain of coordinated actions. Ants leave the nest, marking trails for others. When food is found, signals intensify, attracting more workers. Inside, care, repair, and distribution happen simultaneously. There is no master plan, yet stability emerges from local interactions. Even minor environmental changes trigger immediate adjustments. The nest is not entirely safe. Threats can come from structural weakness, intruders, or environmental changes. When anomalies appear, responses spread quickly. Soldiers move to defend while workers relocate larvae. There is no audible alarm. Yet behavior shifts across the system. These silent threats can impact the entire colony if unchecked. For a newly emerged ant, leaving the nest is a transition into unpredictability. Young ants rely on pheromone trails, but their navigation is imperfect. They may drift away and lose connection. Light, temperature, and terrain introduce new challenges. Each movement becomes a learning process essential for survival. Conflict begins with minor encounters. Ants from different colonies meet, pause, and assess. If signals do not match, behavior shifts instantly. Small clashes accumulate, intensifying chemical signals. Once enough individuals are triggered, conflict spreads. Isolated incidents connect into a larger, unstable zone. Ants also face external predators that do not respond to pheromones. Dense movement makes them easier to detect. Some predators exploit trails to locate prey. Ants respond collectively, attempting to overwhelm and slow attackers. But not all encounters are survivable. Weather can reshape the entire environment. Rain can destroy trails, collapse structures, and sweep ants away. Moisture disrupts pheromone signals. Water can flood the nest, forcing relocation. Coordination becomes critical. Not all survive, but the system persists. After disruption, the colony restructures, new paths form. Damaged areas are repaired or replaced. Rebuilding happens alongside normal activity. Ants continue foraging while restoring structure. The system does not return to its original state. It adapts. All factors, environment, activity, conflict, predators, and weather contribute to accumulated pressure. No single cause leads to war. As colonies expand and overlap, as signals destabilize, and as small conflicts repeat, the system shifts into full-scale response. What was seen at the beginning is not random, it is inevitable. In this world, war is not declared, it emerges